invite you to like follow closely, and if there's something that is not running, we shall by we I mean me and the co-facilitators, we shall be able to help you. But don't hesitate to point out issues you have as we are moving on. So I don't know if you received the data, then Power Query for advanced Excel. So I'm going to share my screen first.
Yes, the data, we shared them in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
You can check on the WhatsApp group the name Power Query transactions.
Good. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen now, and then we can continue with the practice. Yeah, and then open this one. I need to okay. All right, so now you can see what is happening on the other side too. All right. Which screen did I share? Can you see my screen? Wait. Okay. Good. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So I will always refer to this presentation, and here's the data. Okay. Yeah. So this is the data of transactions, and as you can see, it could be a mall. No, it could be a supermarket, and they are selling stuff. Okay. They are selling stuff like this. So for each product, you have what we call a product ID. As you know, I was showcasing it yesterday on the small data, but this is a little bit bigger than the toy example we were having yesterday. So this is the product ID. Then, so you have information like the order ID. So for each order, you have the ID, and for each order, you have the date corresponding to it. Accepting people again. All right. And oh, wow. All right. Okay. So yeah, so you can see the information. So for each purchase, you see also the customer ID and so and so. So basically, all variables that link buyers, products, yeah, and the dates. Okay, and from this we can derive very meaningful information from our analysis. Okay. Now we are going to today to use mostly what we call the pivots to aggregate data. So if you need an average of prices by a certain type of type of product, you could be able to do that. And while interacting with this data, we will find problems, okay, along the way. And now, how will we deal with the problems? As you can see here, this is one of the problems. You know, like the two modalities here or the two categories here should be the same, but when it comes to pivot table, they will be distinct, and this is because of a problem that the second one has. The second one has an space in front of it. So how do we remove blank spaces in Excel? That will be what we'll be covering today. So harmonizing the information so that we get unique unique category for our power pivot for our analysis. Then there is something also which is giving headaches to people dealing with data is dates. Sometimes when you receive data maybe from different systems, the way of formatting the dates could vary. So like here you see dates starting with the year, and then in the middle you have months, and at the end you have this is the year, month, day format, and then you have it in also in like this format, month in words, and then you have the day, so 2nd of February, and then comma year. So we are going to also like harmonize those kind of information. So for the harmonization, we are going just to use the data under quarter one. Please give me 1 second. So excuse me, I'm back. All right. So we are going to deal with. Yes, please. Yeah, I've just accepted two people. There's no one else. All right. As I told you, we have like different formatting of the dates. So our task today is to harmonize them so that we get a single format that could be understood by Excel. And now when you have dates, you can also like format it very well. You can have trends, so you can have time series from your pivot table and so and so. All right. So as I told you, I have a second version of the data which is already cleaned when it comes to dates. But today I'm going to show you how to clean data, for just Q1, like transaction quarter one. Okay. Then if you want, you can clean the others. Yeah, but I think if we clean for quarter one, from tomorrow you can exercise with quarter two, quarter three when it comes to dates and the other information. All right. Then I would not need to share the clean data later on. Okay. So yeah. Um, okay, it's AI. So how do we clean data like this? So remember when we say quarter one in Excel, it is we have January, February, and March. So as you can see. So you see January, February, and March only. So in Rwanda we have the fiscal uh, year, which is different. So the quarters are different from what we have here. So I'm going to name this one also, like I'm going to insert a uh, new column, which I will call other dates. So please practice with me. So inserting a column is something we already know. And then you see this format, right? You see the formats. We are going to put together, filter the formats that are the same, you know, and then we tackle them gradually. All right. People are still joining, eh? Mr. Fiacre. All right. So, hello. Okay. Yeah. So we have this type of data. So if we focus on data having, 29.03, we can, or before we even check something, we can say there is a function in Excel which is named date value. Okay. That one can automatically detect dates that are having a format that is accepted in Excel. But what I need to do is to convert, the 45 means dates, but it's considered as a number. So I have to just click on the C and convert it into a short date. You can see this one can be detected as date 17th of March 2024. So this is an accepted format. So what I'm going to do is to double click at the edge here and then drag the formula down to all entries. So you can see that some of them were detected by Excel and some are not. So this is one problem already solved. Now we are going to focus on the way is you do equal date value, and then you put in bracket. So you point to the first date order. Okay. So date value, and then the input is the first date. Then if you double click like this, you are going to send the formula into um, the following cells. Now notice that where we have issues is where we have dashes. Excel doesn't understand what is a dash here. So can someone open his microphone or her microphone and tell us how are we going to filter only data with errors like this? So we are going to filter data for errors we get like this. And those are the dates we are going to deal with. Can anyone, how are we going to do that practically? Or you can write in the chat. Okay, there's no reaction. So we all know how to filter data. You just click on the column, okay, any of the columns, and then we go to sort and filter, and then we click on filter to add filters to our data. This is just data, columns of data, but is not yet, we have not yet converted it into a table for now. All right. Then I'm just going to filter data for hash value and exclamation mark. So how do we unfilter everything? So everything is filtered. I'm going to unfilter like this. And if you go to the bottom, you will see value, you know, the category that we want to filter, and then you click OK. So what we have just done is that, we told Excel, filter all data you cannot parse, you cannot understand. So those are the kind of data Excel is not able to understand. All right.
So that doctor,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so when you are filtering,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, will that think about customer ID, product ID, and the profit, everything get adjusted automatically, or only that place with the data?
Yeah, for this line comes with the information.
Okay, so it
Yeah,
comes with all the other information get adjusted
yeah,
automatically with
exactly,
okay.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So now,
But excuse me, the thing
okay.
is, you did not highlight anything such as highlighting the customer ID, the product ID, and all the other things. So how does it get adjusted? Like nothing like that you touched. The only thing you touched was the colon of the C. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
C. Okay. So how does that translate to all the other things such as the customers and the product and all of that?
Like I just pointed C, right?
Okay, yeah. And you
Yeah,
filter only
I
for
mentioned it yesterday. Like when you are filtering data, let me remove the filter, you see? You just point on one of the columns, okay? On one of the columns, and then you can filter. It is going to add a filter to the other columns as well. But if you want to be specific to a single column, then you can remove the filter and select like this. This is how you select an entire column. So if you select C, the way I'm doing, you are going to have a filter only for the column C. Is it clear now?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Good. So, and even if you have a filter for C only, it is going also to filter other uh, like it is going to retrieve the rows specific to the category you are looking for. So now the category I'm looking for is here. So everything is checked. I have to unselect everything, uncheck, and then check only the category I need. Then this is what I have. So now we can also cheat a little bit. We can say, okay, this date is not being parsed because of one thing. Okay, it's just because of yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see two people. Yeah, I've just done it. So if I select this, I select the date. I can do Control F. All right, and here we can replace dash by what? By slash. If I replace dash by slash in the column of order days, and I replace all, we couldn't find anything to replace. So the funny thing is that the format when you click on the date like this, the format is actually 15/01 slash, as you can see in the formula here. But when you look at it, it's telling you that it is what? Is dash. So it's very funny. So what we are going to do is to convert everything here into text. You see, that's the funny part. If you convert into text, this is actually recognized as a date, but it does not come here as a date format. So blindly, I'm going to also do, okay, can you take this as a short date? Now this is accepted, but I'm very sure that if I rerun the formula here again, for these ones, some will be working, but this is not working at all. Date value. Yeah, it is date value, but the format I have is not actually the format Excel knows. All right. Then now we are forced to do something a little something a bit crazy. So what let me recap. What I'm asking you to do now is take the entire column of order dates and turn it into date, short date. And then we have applied a date value formula on each of them. And we are able to convert some of them as real dates, and some we were not able to convert. So now we are going to filter date only for where we get errors. Now let's add let me copy dates. Let me copy dates that have like a forward slash, like these ones, right? So I'm going to copy this date, and then I go to add. Yeah, I'm adding one cell. Let me take it as, yeah. So since it is not recognized as a date format, now it is saying I can recognize it is date, but which is so we have functions. When you are dealing with text, okay, if you are dealing with text data like this, no, this text. So on A, turn it into text, and then click on the first cell and save this here. So when you are dealing with text, just need to paste value. That's really funny, eh? No way. Now let me test something. This is weird. On Mac, it does accept things, and now Windows is giving a hard time. So it is day, month, year. No. Day, month. So if I do year, month, and day, all right, and then I can add value date. All right. Yeah, so for some of dates like this, if I add a filter also here, let me remove the filter. Let me start over like this for you to understand what exactly I want to do. So let me add a filter to every column. And I only want data for value like this. And also dates having like slashes. So I just have to, in the search here, put slash. Then you have data coming for the data coming in this format only. So I'm going to click on OK. Yeah. Now, this is a specific type of date that I'm going to transform. Okay. Now, for this kind, you are going to use date value, but combined with text. So this is a proper date value. As you can see, when you click on it, you see date up here. Okay, you can see date. But the problem is it's not in the format, the English format, English United States format. You know, my system is English United States. So it's not in that format. That's why we are getting this error. Now we are going to force the format. So let's first use text. The text function should take, a date value, and then the second argument is the format we want to give to our date. So we reconvert the format into, now if you say the one my Excel understands is year, and then slash month, and then day. Okay, this is what my Excel is understanding, can recognize. So now if I do this, what is going on? Year, month, day. If I do this, it should be giving me the format I want, but it is not doing it. But if I calculate with value date, okay, now it's weird. It's weird. Day, month, year. No way. This one is not working on it. So we we also have another way of doing things. We can go to, so as I told you, dealing with dates, in Mac. In the other session I was taking with other colleagues, things were working, but now in in my Excel in Windows, they are refusing. So we can custom the date. So you go to date and then more format, and then you click on custom, and you can do this. It is understanding that it is date. You can start with year, month, and day. Let's see whether it could work. It is just looking at me. This is so bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. All right. So it means that this is actually not even a date format at all, because it is not being converted. Now we are going to change tactics. Okay. So it's even not a date format. So what we are going to do is to test the text functions like left to see whether we can be able to grab the day, the month here. So if I do left to, I will explain what is left to. Oh, okay. So those are actually left text. It's just considered as text. All right. This is just text, but we are going to turn this text into a proper date. So let's copy and then we go to our Excel sheet now, and then we delete this, convert it into text, and we just have to paste it here. Okay. So I've pasted it. So it is text. It was date. It was going to move to the right side. So I'm going to cover functions like left, right, and then mid. So those functions will help you like extract information from text like this. And then I will use the function date. Okay. This is to construct date from year, month, and day variables. And this one can help to extract info from text. So the tree can help us extract those month, year, and day from here. So I'm going to insert a column so that I can have a space. And this is actually the date. And I'm going to extract year here, and month, and also the day. And I'm going to construct the dates in the right format. Okay. So now, how can we be able to extract the year here? So if I'm moving, the year is at the end. If I'm moving from right to left, and I want to extract, no. So when you are moving from right to left and want to extract the last four characters, in Excel, you just have to do this from right to left. So you use the right function, and then you get the text. And I need 4 characters from right to left. Then I'll be able to extract 2024. So, and now for the day is simple. No, it's not simple for the month. So this is the format month, day, and year. Okay. So if I want to access the day, no, the month, who can guess? We are moving from where to where, and how many characters from where to where should we consider? Can someone open the microphone and suggest something? Hello. Okay.
Repeat the question again, please.
So you saw how I extracted the year from this pattern.
Yes.
So I'm moving from right to left.
Yes.
And I tell Excel from right to left is the function right. So consider this text and extract 4 characters from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can be able to get the year. So the month is at the beginning here, 02. Now, how are you going to move, and how will you tell Excel to extract that information 02?
Can you tell it to start from right?
Sorry?
To start from left.
Yeah, are we starting from left or right? That's the issue. We can say
We use the left function. Yeah, we are going to use the left function.
left, okay?
Then extract it to number.
So left,
Yes.
and then
Bracket A2, comma, two number. Command
numbers.
it 2 number.
2 characters.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Now the difficulty comes from this one. How
The
do we
middle one.
extract 13? Ready?
Yeah, the middle one.
Yeah,
The
the middle
13.
one. Yeah, this function now. So we are going to use, the hint is we are going to use middle. But now how do we use middle and from where to where? So the middle has three options. Okay, it's difficult, I'm going to do it. It has three. The first one is the A2, which contains the text. And the starting point. Now, if you are lazy, you want to count 1, 2, 3. So you start from 4. It is where the 1 for 13 is. So if you start from 4, and you are going to say, okay, from 4, consider also 2 characters. Okay, the mid function considers the text, and then you are telling Excel to consider something in the middle. But where do we start from in the middle? So from / is the third, and the fourth is 1. So from the fourth, and when you are at the fourth character, extract 2. Okay, now you can be able to get 13. All right, and now the last thing is constructing the date. So the date takes 3 arguments. So the first one is year. So you just do year here, and then month and day. Then you can construct a date that is understandable by Excel. Now you can, as you can see, 13 comes first, and then 02 and 2024. Now the real question is, how are we going to use those formulas here to make changes everywhere? Yes, Mutesa.
I have a question on the shit that we just did. What is the another way of using the middle function? We just said that there is a lot of ways. Which other way can we use?
To use the
one we, yeah, the one that we used to call the
days.
The day. Yeah. Which other way is there to use to call the function?
All right. I think this one way, and you know, when you understand a function, Benjamin, you want to answer? That's the question, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Thank you, Benjamin. Let me put it in a simple way, like national IDs in Rwanda. Someone is born in 1870, right? The number that comes after 7 or 8 can give you an idea on whether the person is a male or female. So let me assume that this is a national ID, all right? So I have national IDs only, but I have no idea on the gender of people. But I know that, you know, the character at position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the one giving me an idea on the gender. So I'm just going to say, okay, from the middle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from national IDs, consider the 6 and only get me only 1, okay? Then I'm able to extract the 8, all right? Now I can put if statements, like if this guy I'm extracting is equal to the character 8, okay? If it is 8, then flag it as male, okay? Otherwise, it's a female. So just like this, you can populate, you can be able to, from just a national ID, you can be able to construct, the table, the column of male and female, of gender or sex. All right. And as Benjamin just said, you can also extract birthdays from the national ID. So yeah, it's really cool. Okay. Now, for us to be able to use what we have done here, like now we have B2. B2 is coming from a formula. C2 is coming from a formula, and D2 is coming from a formula. How do we combine everything to make one function so that we can call it directly here and then solve the problem of similar dates here? All right. So we start with date. You remember how were we extracting year here? So this is the exact thing we are going to do. Instead of adding 3 columns, we are not going to add 3 columns. We are going to use how we extracted the year in that text, and how we extracted month, and how we extracted the day. So if you followed, how did we extract year here? Is it from the left or from the right? Yes, you can open your microphone and talk. Nadine.
Thank you. I have a question on this previous exercise of just getting the date. I'm using the formula, but I'm not getting the same data as the first one.
Okay, it means that maybe your date format is different from mine. Yeah, this could happen. So okay. Someone is calling. Let me tell him. Yes. So do you mean you don't have this format when you filter for value like me? You don't have this format? Nadine?
I don't have the format.
So it's just a format problem, okay? So if you don't have, you may wait, wait until we get to our, all of us will be seeing problems in our data, okay? So you wait until you see something that can help you. So I bet that your format is not, in my system, it is year, month, and day. Yours could be different, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it could be different. So we wait until you see something that, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give you the clean data. where all dates are arranged. Okay. So yeah, let's go together. So I start with the date because I want to combine year, month, and day. So how did we extract the year here? So Nadine, if you followed, where should I start from right or left?
You will start from right.
Right, you are right.
Yeah.
And then from right,
From right, you will um B B B21,
yes. So I just have to click on that cell and then comma.
comma
Mm-hmm.
4.
Very good. Do you want to continue for month?
Yeah,
Now
sure.
for month. Okay, month.
For month, you will just say equal date, open
Mm-mm.
bracket.
No.
Uh,
You see, I want to extract this. I extracted DA going from right to left. Now I want to extract month from left to right.
you will add 2.
So now I need to put left.
I don't know.
You forgot.
Left to be 21.
Hmm?
Left
Uh-huh.
to be 21.
Left
Be 20.
B21. Okay. Now we are done with month. And now how do we extract the day?
Mid.
Mid.
B21
Yeah.
from 4 to
Uh,
where? Then how many characters? Number of
two.
characters?
2.
Two
Two.
characters.
Very good. Close for mid. I have not yet closed the parenthesis of the date function. Yeah. Now, yeah, as you can see, I turn this date into this. Okay. Now I just have to double click and it will harmonize for the other dates. Just point here and then you double click. So the formula is up here if you want to reproduce it. For those who are having similar things as I do. So if you are not following in this case because of the date format of your system, it depends also on the system. Then yeah, you wait until you see a case that is similar to yours. All right. So thumbs up if some of you succeeded or all of you. The target is everyone should be able to understand what we are doing. Now we are done with this. Okay. Now next, sorry. Next is we are going to unfilter here. So remember we filtered for dates having slashes in them. So we are going to unfilter. Unfilter means you select everything or you clear the filter from date. So if I clear, then I will again get value with hash value and exclamation mark. What I'm going to do is to clear again and then choose value, where there is error. So you can see that now I have this kind of format, February 2024. That cannot be recognized by my Excel. So I'm going to copy that text again, and we will know how to deal with it. So before I copy, you just use the drop down and you search for comma. All dates having comma in them. Okay, so all dates having comma are these ones. So you check whether, yeah, they are all there. Then you click on OK. So now we have a couple of dates with comma to take care of. Okay. Let's see one of them and go to the next cell to see how we are going to deal with it. Okay. Let me copy it here, paste it here. So how do we deal with dates having this format? Start day using our functions left, mid, and right, and then using the function date at the end of the day to combine everything. All right. So how do I extract the year here? I think if I drag and drop this formula, it's going to extract it. Yeah, it's just the right function, and then you take A3 and 4. So we start from right to left, and then consider 4 characters. Now, people, this is where things will get worse, and we shall overcome it. How do we extract month here? So if you succeed for February, you are not going to succeed for March, because the size is different, the number of characters. If you say I'm going to use the left function for February here, I can be able to extract. But now, if it is March or May, 02 2024, how are we going to do that? Say something. There's no wrong answer. We are learning, and we all learn from our mistakes. Okay, so if you say something which is not correct, at least you said something. All right, so let us make it interactive. David Bounce, go ahead. David, you can open your microphone and react. Okay.
Thank you so much. I think
Okay.
here you can use left, then comma, then we count the number of 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 7 left, then comma, then 7, which is February.
So I take this 7
and close the bracket and see what we can get. Okay,
I got
almost 8. Yes.
All right. Now imagine I want to drag this formula for May. You see, because you said 8, it doesn't work for May. Now, thank you very much, David. This is a good starting point. Now we know that this 8 is not the same for the date of March. So if you remember, yesterday we were using a function named find, not find, March to get the index of a specific thing. So today we are going to add another function called find something. Okay. So if you apply find find in the date here where you get the first, no, find where there is space, okay? Find space, sorry, my keyboard. Find space within text. And the starting point is always from left to right. So now it is saying that I've found space at the character index 9, okay? All right, so we can use this knowledge. And for the next, the space is found from 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to get back your 8, you just have to do this minus 1. So you can be able to extract exactly the month in any of the dates. So we are going to use the find function here instead of 8. So find space in the date we are having here. And once you find the index, I want you to remove one character to match exactly February or March or May. Now I have my month. If I drag the formula down, I also can be able to extract for May. So if I say December 12, 2024, and then I drag the formula down to it, I only get December. So it is dynamic, okay? So here's the formula. Yes, Benjamin? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And yeah, now we are able to extract. Nadine, go ahead.
Is it possible to do that again?
Yes,
Because
it's
I'm kind of stuck.
possible. So what I was trying to show is that if you want to extract only months, like February, May, December, right? You can combine now. I've added one extra function. The solution from I think it is David. Someone gave us the solution. Like I can use the left function, but I will be counting like for February 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 8. So if I click here and then I say consider the up to the 8th character, I will exactly get February. But now I told him this is not going to work on this one. If I drag the same formula down, it is considering the 8. Now it is coming with the day. Why am I trying to get a general formula? General formula, why? Because, if you have like 10,000 or 1 million things to arrange here, you're not going to count 1, 2, 3 up to 8 and then to get it harmonized to all of the dates you are having here. That is why I'm like, okay, let's couple it with this function. This function will give you the index of the first space. You see, this is how we are going to use this trick. The first space going from left to right. This is the first space. So once you get the first space, means that you are at what? At 9 for this case. And because we don't want the space, then you can do -1 to get exactly 8. So if I use the find function, so I say find equal find space. So this is how we write the space character. So you open the quotations and then you put a space inside. And where within text, this text is this one. And the starting number, I don't know if it is 1. The starting is 1. Okay. But I don't need that. Just start from the default one. So it is bringing 9. It means that the space is found exactly at position 9. So February makes it 8, and then space is at 9. So if I want exactly to have February only, like only the text before the space, I have to remove the space of the space. I don't know if it is English. I have to remove the space of the space by doing -1. Then I will get exactly 8. And for this one, I'll get 3. So consider the first 3 characters. And for December, consider the first 8 again. So December and February, they have the same characters. Is it clear? Now, this function, okay? This is the function I'm going to put in place of where 8 is, where our colleague was proposing, giving us the suggestion. Use the left function, but you have to count manually. But now there is a function in Excel that helps you count manually, but automatically. So it's equal. So from left to right, consider this text, but the number of character you are going to consider is where you will be finding, okay, the first space from the same text, all right? And once you find it, I don't want the space, remove it. You see, I've just told Excel, I just spoke with Excel to do something for me, and Excel is going to do it exactly the way I want. And that's it. Okay, if I add another date, like be it April 23, 2025. So the function of year will work. 2025 is extracted here. And if I also drag and drop this formula here, yeah, as you can see, April is also detected. Okay. Good. sorry. Now, now you see the difference here. The date function considers numbers or characters that are numbers. But now if I put inside here, let's say I was able to extract the 02 and I want to drag the formula here. You see, it is not working because expected month should be a number, not something like this. So this makes it a little bit complicated. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an example here again. Excel can be able to understand things like this. If you say, if you use the function month, so we add another function to our list. So if you have a date, as I told you yesterday, you can extract month from that day. You can extract year. So Excel can understand things like this. If you have things like 1st September, and then Excel can be able to extract months. You see, it is saying 09. This is exactly what we are going to use here. So you remember the ampersand and or the end function we used yesterday. So once you are able to extract months, you can use the function month like this, and you use, you see, you can start with 1, even 2 or 3, even up to 30, but it doesn't work for February because February doesn't have number of days going up to 30. So to be safe, you know that every month start from 1. So you add a space, character, and use the ampersand to combine to combine months like this one, so that it makes it the way Excel can understand. So if you hit enter, now you have to click on general to see that, yeah, it has accepted now February is the second month. So if I drag it down, you see for other months, so this is February, May, December, and April. Yeah, I know it is quick, but yeah, so on top of what was done here, we are going to add the month function again with 1, and then we couple it with the result over here. Okay, so what does this do? Let me copy and paste it up here, equal this. So you have things like 1 February. If I write the function month on it, will it work? Yes, it works. So this is just a trick you use to force Excel understand that, yeah, this is a format that is like 1st of February, and then please extract the month from it. And Excel can be able to understand that. So having that, we can now, if you want, you copy from here. Just copy from here and come here, and you go up to the formula, or you can double click on the formula, the existing formula, and you paste it after left. You see how the way it is after left. It means that, just take the 1 and combine it with the month that we are able to extract using our formula left. Then you close the formula for the month function. And that's it. If you hit enter, I don't know if I'm allowed to hit now. Okay, let me hit enter. So now you have your month. So I can double click. Hey, it went very far. I can delete this. Okay, now you can see February now is extracted and converted into 2, 5, 12, and so and so. Okay, now simple. Now that you know how to use the find function, please help me extract now days. But days from where? It's now a challenge. And if you use a little bit of logic, we may be able to find it out. So who can try on the end and open their microphone to suggest something that we can start from? So it's a combination of mid now, because it is in the middle, with the find function. So combine the two, and then you can be able to find the right answer. Hello? Yes, HM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Okay. Equal.
I guess, man, start by echo,
Then
MIDI function.
mid, okay.
Yes.
Then the,
A4.
oh, sorry, I should start from February. So is equal to
Yes.
mid, the text, and we start from where?
Is find function.
Good.
Start from
Fine.
find function,
Mm-hmm.
space,
We have to find the space, okay?
space, yes,
From
comma,
the from text.
from A3,
Hmm?
from A3, yes,
Mm-hmm.
plus, plus,
Mm-hmm. Please
plus,
say it.
plus, plus one,
Plus
plus
one.
one, yes,
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then
then
if you are there, how many characters should we consider?
two characters,
Man, you are a genius. Done.
then,
Yeah.
yes,
That's
it
it.
works.
That was it. That's the formula. Okay? Yeah. Thank you very much, Etienne. So start from the middle, you consider the text, and then you find the first character from left to right from that text again, and then add plus one to skip the space. And then when you skip the space, now start collecting the two people you encounter on the road. Bam, you have it. That's very nice. Then we can drag and drop, and drag and pull down the formula. And you can see that we put them into the format of the previous one. Okay. Now you see that the error is no longer an error. You see, if I drag the formula down to the other ones, now we have, this is coming into what? Similar format. Yeah, this data harmonization. We are going to combine everything. Okay, we are going to combine what we did in B6, C, and the D for this particular date format back to this. So I'm going to start with the dates. Recap. How do we extract year? How do we extract year here? This is just a recap. Left or right? Or middle?
Right.
And you are right. And we consider the text. How many characters?
4.
4. Thank you. And now for the month, we are going to start from month. And then we do all those things until we complete. So I'm going to help you a little bit. It is month and character 1 space. We use the ampersand to combine it with now with how we extract our month variable. How do we extract the month variable? Recapitulation, recapitulative. Let me start. I'm not okay. Is equal to date left this for and then month, character 1. Yeah.
Mister, I think that was the that set of left was
Hmm?
I think
Left.
for yeah
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
yeah for
Please
yeah
continue. Continue. Left. Text. Mm-hmm.
She said for the year it's right.
Ah, it's right. Yeah. Sorry. Right. And here, is it left or right?
left.
Left. Please continue. And then the text.
Find
Mm-hmm.
space
Mm-hmm. Within.
within the text.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 1.
Okay.
Plus 1 plus 1.
Mm-mm. Plus 1 means that you are adding something
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
After you find minus
Yeah,
1. Yes.
minus 1.
Uh-huh. So we have closed for left.
Yeah,
Then we close for month.
yeah.
And now the remaining is the day. You see, as we are moving, now we are on day. Yeah. So how do we extract the day? I think Etienne gave us the formula. So Etienne said it is mid, right? And the text is from before.
Before.
And then where do we start? We start from finding where? The first space, right?
Before
Before.
bracket
Mm-hmm.
plus 1
Plus 1.
to
2.
collect.
Very good. So we close for mid. You see even the parenthesis, it is indicating even when it is red, it is closing for mid. And now we can close for the entire date function. So it's black. So when I say okay, so that's it. Now this date is converted into this one. So now if I have my formulas working for one, I can just double click to harmonize others. So this is 28th of January 2024, March 6th of March 2024, 12th January, and so and so. Okay. So as you can see, you have a formula. Yes, David?
Thank you so much. I don't understand the idea of inserting +1 and -1.
Okay. So the idea of plus one and minus one is simple. You see, when you use the find function like this, find the first space from this text, which is on A3, right? If you don't remove if you don't remove 1, you're going to get 9. But now when you use the left function, okay, you use the left function on space, but we don't want the first space to be in it. That's why we do the -1 to say remove one character because we don't want the space. and +1 for the mid counter, and then please add +1 to be on the first character of the day. +1, it is going to start from 10 now. If you're here, the space is at 9. If you do +1, then you start from 10, and then from 10 retrieve 2, so 10 and 11. Then it will give you the dates, the days. So this is the difference between minus and plus. So this is removing it, and this is keeping. It's keeping it from left by -1 and from right by +1. Those are just tricks. Okay. All right. So I assume that you were able to write this long formula. Okay. Yes, Etienne.
I have a problem about to extract math. What's the logic behind?
The logic behind.
I have a problem to extract logic behind the one in a quotation mark in the formula to extract.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. This does.
We always use one.
Yeah. No. You can even use 20, because you know that all months can have the number 20.
Yes.
As day. You can have 20th of February. Yeah, it's not only always one. As I say, it's 1 is common to all months. 2 is common to all months. But if you use like 29, sometimes February ends on the 28th. So it won't work. So it's not always one. So let me give you this. Like if I do month like 30th of Feb, I'm not going to get it.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I use the 20th, yeah, it is the second month. So we are just using this one to combine characters. Combine.
Yes.
Okay, because I know that if I have one, I have character 1 like this, and then ampersand, and then I use I no longer have it. So I use like another character, February, or even November. I'm going. This is just combining the two. Okay, you see, I missed the equal sign. You see, this first November, and when you apply the month function on it, it does retrieve the month for you. So it's just a trick to convert months in words to months in numbers. That's it. Even if
Yeah,
it
yes.
is, yeah, even if it is abbreviation, it still works. First Nov or first Feb, it does work. Yeah. First April is 4. Yeah. So Excel can understand. So we are done with the harmonization of a third format. Now let's like clear the filter for order date again. Now you also have this funny format with dots. Okay, we can still come here and then put dots and enter. So if you insert dots in the search, you are going to see dates with dots now. And the good news is that it starts with day, dot month, and dot year. All right, I'm going to click OK. And we continue the same struggle. So now that we are experts, how do we extract year in this formula? I'm just going to start with date because I'm dealing with experts now. How do we extract the year here?
Can we take a short break?
It's half past 7.
Yeah.
Please, let me go grab a cup of tea as well. So we come
Yeah.
back by 42. Yeah.
7. Let's be back.
40? Okay. So, so here we know how to extract year, day, year, month, and days. So the year is at the end, month in the middle, and day from left to right. So let's write the formula in full. So I'm going to start from date, right? So where do we get, so how do we extract for years? If someone can open the microphone and tell us. We can be repeating ourselves sometimes, but just for the sake of understanding, and interaction, if someone can help me with the formula.
Right?
Right.
Um,
B11.
B11
Mm-hmm.
for character.
4 characters, yes. Hey, sorry. 4 characters. Now we are done with years. Month.
Rift.
Month. Month is in the middle.
Maybe other person can help me.
Okay, so you want to deal with the day. So let me skip.
Left. I mean, the month.
Math function.
The malfunction. No,
No,
it is already a number. So we don't
Yeah.
need to write the month function.
For the month, we know we do middle.
Middle, okay.
4. B11. 4.
4, okay. You didn't want to use the find function.
And 2.
2, very good. And then for the last one,
It's left.
left.
B11 and 2.
And the 2. Yeah. Very good. Okay. All right. Now we are done with this format. So for the middle, we didn't bother to detect detect the first, dot, because we know that in the format there's nothing that is moving, like from the in the previous example where the months in words are varying in terms of characters. Yeah, this one is straightforward. Then I'm going to remove the filter again. As you can see, if I remove the filter, things that are cleared, like cases that are cleared, disappear, which is good. So we are only left with this last case. Okay. All right. So for this last case, we have day, month, and year. So if you use left on this guy, and then you want to select the first two, I think it is going to be funny. It is saying 45. It means that it's actually a date format. It's actually a date format, but it's not yet recognized as a date format. So what we are going to do is to just say text. We write text, and we consider this date format, and we are going to put it yeah, and we are going to change the format into so for me it is year, so double y, you put 4 times y, y 4 times, and then month and day. So I'm changing the format of the date. Sorry, what is going on? I forgot to close the quotation. So since it is recognized as a date format, I can be able to change the format. I can swap positions. 2024 comes first, and then 01, and then 15. Then if I use the date value on it, now it works. It can now provide the, now we can be able to convert it into a real date format. And I need to harmonize it this way. So what is making things hard for the data handling is, your system formatting of the date. It could be year, month, day, or it could be month, day, year, or day, month, year. So you have to find it out, and and be able to convert dates. So it's hard everywhere, even for programmers. Dealing with dates is a nightmare. So now that we have our dates well formatted, okay, I think apart from this one, there's no other. As you can see, when you click on this, you see only 2024 and the 12 months, January, February, means that our column of other dates is really cleaned. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is to remove the filter. You see? You can see that all dates are arranged the way they should be arranged. Okay. Now, how are we going to clean up one of the columns? Like we are going to consider this guy here, and we get rid of the messy one, the messy column. So you click on the first element and you do Control, Shift, and arrow down. Well, okay. I forgot that I'm in my virtual machine. So you do Control Shift arrow down like this. Control Shift arrow down is going to copy everything from top to the bottom. And then you do Control C and Control V. Control C and Control V. But now you're going to see something appearing down here. This, it's actually the paste option. You click on it and you will see paste values. Just take paste values. So it means that now it is pasting values and all formulas have disappeared. The formulas you added manually have disappeared. Then you have only dates. So I can decide to delete this column. And I can also say, since it is clean, I no longer want to add extra information. Just keep it this way. Now I have my column clean. Why do you want to have like the other dates cleaned? Is for the sake of aggregation. You want to have like summary tables. You want to have if you want to, for instance, come up with pivot tables using a date column, then you will see trends. You can see time series. Okay, I don't know why, but this is not appearing the way I want it to be. Okay, let me try it down. Double click. Okay. All right, let's say I want to have the number of patches or the number of orders per day from just quarter one. Number of orders per day, and I want, time series. I can go to control. I have a message in the chat. Control Shift plus arrow down, yes, for selecting the whole column. Oh, it is Benjamin. Benjamin, thank you. So you are, okay. It's just like a caption. Thank you very much for doing this. Yeah, so if I want to have a time series of the number of orders per day from quarter one, I can go to insert. So wherever I am on the data here, I can go to insert, pivot table. So I can decide to add a new worksheet. As you can see here, new worksheet. And you click OK. Okay. Now you will get this view. Let me increase a little bit. So you have your variables here and the order date is here. I want to grab it and put it under rows. See how beautiful it is. You just gave Excel dates, and Excel is able to understand that this guy wants summary by month directly. So if you expand it, you'll see day and month automatically. So now I want the number of orders by day or by month. So I just have to drag order ID and put it here. So in January we had 90, and February 80, March 90. And now if you need numbers by day, you see 1st January only 1 order, 3rd January 2 orders, and so and so. And this is for the for the first quarter. So, and the same, you can also insert visuals if you want. And now this time I'm going to get the line plot or this one. It depends on what you want to do. Okay. Yeah. So this is what your data is saying, and it is simulated data, so you don't have to be worried about the numbers you are seeing. Okay. You can decide to remove, to hide things that you don't want to see. And here it is, you have your trends. So it means that, when I consider quarter one, I used to have like big numbers of purchase or orders per day, per month. And now from April, I don't know what happened. It was going down. And, you can see it from the table here, and even this visual is talking by itself. From April, number of orders start decreasing drastically, and we don't know. Maybe something happened. I don't know if you closed by that time and it was COVID. I don't know. Now you can find reasons and how to mitigate this problem. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So if you have your dates very well clean like this, you can even decide to have information by, imagine if you combine transaction one, transaction Q1, Q2, and Q3. You can also decide to have a visual by quarter. It's up to you. So yeah, it's really good to have dates cleaned. If you have that now, dealing with dates, it's a nightmare. But if you know how to overcome it, it's a plus in our daily tasks as data analysts. Okay. Now, let's forward with harmonizing data, but this time we are going to harmonize product names. We can harmonize names. Why do we want to harmonize names? Let me blindly go and on sheet 2 where my pivot is. And instead of dealing with dates, let me uncheck those things. Move those. So I'm starting with something very, very simple. I want to know how many products or the distinct names of my products in the data. So as you can see, like this flax powder bank 20 is here. They should be the same, but they're appearing as different. This is because some of them have spaces, from the start or the end of the word. So this is what is bringing issues in our data. So how do we take care of spaces in our values this way? We have functions. Let me insert a new column, and then I'm going to call it products, and then clean. So we have this function called clean function, or there's also the function trim. Trimming is, I like using trim because it is more powerful as compared to clean. Clean can do the same thing as trim as well. But when we will be using Power Query, it is trim that works, but clean doesn't work in Power Query. So I'm going to so the trim function takes the text. What it does is that it is looking at the starting point and the the left side and the right side of the text. If there's any space, the trim function is going to trim it or to elongate or to remove those spaces. So I do it for the you see that this pulse wireless mouse now is written the same as the one above. Okay. So again, if you want to remove formulas, Control Shift arrow down, Control C, Control V, and paste as values. That's it, normal formula, and you use escape button, because when you see the highlight, means that you can still operate on that highlighted cell, but hit on keyboard, A sharp or escape to skip, and then you can delete. What was wrong? Control Z. Are they linked? Click on J. I do Control X, and then I click on F, G, and then I do Control X to cut, and I click on F, and I insert to see whether it will work. Yeah, I'm just swapping places, and now I will try to remove G. Hey, G and the profit, they are linked. What's going on? Hey. How are they linked? Delete. Ew. But how comes profit is coming over here? I see now. I see. So, okay. I always have a, yeah. So, please, let's follow. Is first, click on the first one, TerraGel, and then Control Shift arrow down, copy, okay? And then we are going to paste it in place of, Control Shift, and then you go up. So just replace, you point on the, no, this is not what I wanted to copy. Control Shift arrow, down, I copy, and then I use arrow left to go to the original product, and then paste. So if you check paste here, we have a drop down, you click on it, and then paste 1, 2, 3, so paste values. If you do so, then yeah, it will be harmonize both sides. Then you can click on escape. You can touch the button escape to escape, and then delete G. I don't know if it is going to, yeah, now it doesn't affect profit. Okay, I just copied from, the additional column I created. I copied what I dealt with, and then I pasted it as a value in the column of products. Now, if I go to my, I go to my how do we call it? To my pivot table. If I refresh, you see, refresh, when you are on the pivot table, you can have an option here, green, like those conditional options. You click on them, then you can have access to the refresh button. If you refresh, you are going to see that now we have distinct categories in the drop down. So that can also give you an idea on how many times each of those products were purchased. So you can take the product ID and put it in value. So you can see automatically a graph popping up for your items, you know. So in your shop, you have like a 280 different types of items you can sell. Okay. And for each of them, you have the corresponding number of sales. Okay. So number of orders, because number of sales, you can access it from the quantities. This is what is giving you the how many times did you sell a pen, how many times did you sell maybe a bulb, and so and so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you don't want the line plot, you can change. You can change. You change the plot type. You can change the plot type using the design menu here, and then plot type. You can select now another one if you don't want. You can select bars. You can select column. Yeah, to have like values. Then you can choose. Yeah, what is good for you. Yeah. Yeah, this could be better. And yeah, the more you drag it down, you're going to see names appearing properly. Okay. Or if you're interested in the top maybe 10 to make your plot look better, you can also select the top 10, and then you'll be having your visual. Yeah. So that's the beauty of harmonizing data. Now we have distinct items instead of having things going upside and down. Okay, so now we are done with the column of products. So let's also check. Let's also insert a pivot table and do something for categories. So we go to insert pivot table, and yeah, I'm going to also create a new worksheet. And then I call it categories. Okay. So if I take the column of category and then drag and drop it to on the rows, immediately you are going to see the kind of problems. See problems. Accessory, I don't know. There is someone who was writing accessory using a single S, and another one who was writing accessory using uh, writing furniture with A, like furniture. If you don't pay attention, it is like furniture. It sounds good, furniture, but the right spelling is furniture, like the second one. Lighting, you also have like lightning, and peripherals. One was writing peripherals with F, and another one with PH. Now you have to Google, or maybe if you know, yeah, you just consider the right ones, and then you overwrite the wrong ones so that you can have harmonized data. Okay. So yeah, so how do we harmonize accessory and like to make only one category in the column? Like this one, we make only one category for furniture. We make one category for lighting. It's not lightning, it's just lighting, I guess, where we find bulbs and also so and so. Peripherals and stationary. I think this is the correct spelling. This one is for time series, stationarity, and this is for for items from shops. Okay. Now back to our data. So this is product names, categories. So let's go back to transaction Q1. So to be able to harmonize data, you need a filter. Okay. Now I'm going to put a filter, add a filter to all columns that are here. And let's say start by accessory. So since I know that it is only a single S that is a problem, I can just start with the starting three characters like ACC. So it is going to filter access all accessories, accessory with a single S and accessories with double S. All right. So I just have to click OK. Now the beauty here is that I'm going just to locate the one that is well written. Excel is moving that much. Let me go. Yeah, and fortunately the first one is the one that is well written. So I can just click in the corner here and then double click. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh. Let me do Control Z. Yeah. So here you just don't have to double click. You just have to drag and you drop it down to the other ones. So you make it the same. Even if it is single or double, you make it the same. So now we have forced the other accessory with a single S to become accessory with double S. Now dragging and pulling the thing down could be also a nightmare. You can also use the Control F. Let me do Control Z. You can use Control F and then you say, and then you select G this way and do Control F and you say, whenever you find accessory with double S, replace it with accessory with single S, replace it with accessory with double S. Now, if you have a big volume of data, this is better because you are not going to drag the formula from top to down. You just have to replace all. And then it's saying that all done, we made 17 replacements. Okay. Now if I close and then I go back to my pivot table, and if I want to access the refresh button, I have to click on pivot table analysis, analyze, and then I refresh. So after refreshing, now categories of accessories, the category of of accessories now, we have like only one category. They are reduced to one because I forced accessory with one S to become accessory with double S. So using that same knowledge, we are going to replace furniture with furniture, lightning with lighting, peripherals with F, with peripherals with PH, stationary with A, with stationary with, yeah. But now, we could have, there's also something we can do, there's a function named proper, when you use the function proper on text, it can also like make, the first letter of a word capitalized like this. You see, when you use the function proper on text, you can capitalize it this way. Okay. Yeah. Then, since we know that in our data we have stationaries starting with lower s, then we are going to use that function to harmonize the names first before we do the replacement. Okay. Yeah. Or we can also use, since we don't have a big data, we can do this, type star, and then you have the two categories selected for you. Click OK. And you know that the right spelling is this one. Then you can manually change the S from small to big. And what you have to do is to drag it down. That's it. But I'm not sure what I'm doing is right. Yeah, so now stationaries also have changed. I only have one category. If I refresh again, now I have only one. Okay. Now let's continue with furniture. Let's continue with furniture. I just have to write fun. Then I'll have data filtered for furniture and then furniture. Okay. Then I know the right spelling is this one. I can take the second one, pull it up, and then I take the two and pull it down this way. Then I'm done with this one. And also for lightning, I have to use like this, light, or even with T. So I will have data filtered for the two categories. And I click OK. Then I know that it is lighting, not lightning, because I'm talking about lamps, LED, and so lightning is, I think it is coming from those natural, coming from thunder or storms, where you can see lightning. But lighting, I think, is the right spelling. Okay. Then I have this. And then peripherals, I just have to write peripherals, peri. Then I'll have data filtered for peripherals. I have to just click OK. And I know that the first one is the right one. Then I can drag and drop, drag and pull down until the last one. So just like this, I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. There are 5, yeah, 5 categories well cleaned. If I go back to my pivot, I can now refresh to see that, yeah, now I can validate this column. The column is well formatted and well cleaned. So if I want to have now proper statistics, I can just drag, you see, drag ID. So the number of orders I got from these categories. So for accessories in Q1, I got like 59 orders, irrespective of quantities. And then furnitures, 66. This is just the number of orders. And lighting, you have this, peripherals, this, stationary, this. And this can be turned into any any chart, pivot chart, that you want. It could be a pie plot, could be a column or bar. I think stock doesn't work. So you choose the one that can help you give a good narration, and that's it. Then if you want, you can add table data to see the numbers, and you can change the format as you want. You go to the design, and then you choose the one that is good looking according to you. Okay. And you also have like 3D plots. If you want 3 dimension, you also have like a 3D when it comes to column. You have 3D here. If you click on them, it's presented as 3 dimension. And then you can also change the way they look. Okay. Now, if you are having the same visuals as I do, then you can clap for yourself. Let's continue harmonizing the data. So for the region, I don't think there is any problem in the column of regions. So you have the east, south, and west only. Then if you want, now for the channels, channels are when is it from the retail? Is it like, are they buying things from retail, or is it a wholesale? Like they buy things as retail, or maybe it's a wholesale. So those are the channels. And now those are the quantities correspond to the different items that were purchased in different order. When you take another ID, you can get the number of quantities for a specific item. Okay. Product. All right. And now, it's already clean, but why? I sent the wrong data. So the data we were having before is like, on the unit price, we were having things like this, USD, and like $29. So the exercise was to also remove those. Okay. So I think I sent the data we already worked on, and now it is reducing the amount of struggle. Let me locate the one that is having an issue so that we can. Let me locate it. Document data plus. I think it should be this one. This one is also cleaned, and it is the one I shared. So anyway, like, okay, imagine if you have like currencies. So the good news is that they are all in USD. Imagine if you had also euros here. Euros, I don't know how. if you had euros like this, another currency for euro, things like this, then this is not the same currency. You need to euros to what? To USD. Okay. And this may bring also like yeah, conversion rates, they vary every day. I don't know if you are going to go back to retrieve the conversion from that exact date, so that the gap will be less. It goes up and down. So you have to convert from euro to USD, or if you are an EU person, you can also convert everything to euro. But now that's not the point. Okay, here the exercise was simple. We only have one currency, which is USD. So now how do we remove those patterns? Okay, how do we remove the patterns from the USD with even the space from this number and this one? So what we were doing is basically this. We insert a new column like this, and then you can do equal, and then there's a function called substitute. Okay, I'm very sure all of us have it. So you substitute from this text, and what are you going to substitute? You substitute space USD. This is the old value to consider, and then the new one is just empty character. Don't mix it with, don't put a space here. It's just empty character. Is you open and close the quotes without from the text in L7, find a space USD and replace it with nothing. If you do this, it's going to work. But now this is now a character. You are dealing with text. It's character. How do we convert this one into a value? You have to add an extra function before substitute. You can say number value. This is a function, number value, and then you convert it into a number. Then it will be a number. Then you can make the formula uniform to all of them. Now you see that it didn't find USD from here. We did not find the USD from here. So if you remember our if function, okay? If you remember our if function, then it is, you can also like write an if function to say, if you find USD in this, then use this formula, number value, substitute this. Else, use the other formula. Instead of USD, you can now change USD into dollars. But this is bringing, like, you'll be having like long formulas. But for the sake of reproducibility, if you apply it in a transaction Q1, you can use the formula in transaction Q2. If you want to clean all the worksheets all together. Now we have a shortcut. You may decide to just do the shortcut. You select the column L, and then you do Control F, and you find and replace. So if you find space USD, you can replace it with nothing. So delete accessory, and then you replace all. That works. And now you can use the same view here, and then it say find also $sign, replace it with nothing, and then you have your numbers back. As simple as that. Instead of writing long formulas, you can also use this simple shortcut, and then you have things done. let me clear. Okay. Now, so from the quantities and unit prices, I'm going to also delete this one. This is the column I added and it is not making sense. Yeah. So if you have quantities, you have unit price, you can be able to write your custom functions in Excel, all right? To calculate, for instance, the net amount. So what is a custom function in Excel? This is where, if you follow, you should look at I talked about the proper function, but some of these functions may not appear in your Excel. That's why I'm kind of rushing on this one. Okay. And I will come back on also the ifs. No worries. I'm going to cover everything as we are moving forward. So if you check closely, yeah, I added this let and lambda functions. So sometimes you may want to insert a formula that is not in Excel. And this is where the let and lambda functions are a little bit key, okay? So how do we use the let functions? And with the lambda functions, you can be able also to define your own function in Excel and then call it the way we are calling it. Call it the way we are calling other functions. All right. So let's assume that I don't have this column. And I want you to give me the formula. The formula, like if you want to calculate the net profit means what? If you have quantity, you multiply it by unit price, you have the total price. So if you give any discount over a certain product, you have to remove that discounted amount from the total price. So actually, if you want, the formula is this times this for the total price, and then you have to remove also the discount. Discount is the product of quantity times unit price times the discount. So it's this times this times this. So if discount M2 is 0, means that there's no discount. This entire part, this entire part is 0. If you have a discount, then we have something to deduct from K times L. So this is the net profit. But you can complicate things and say, let me use my formula. So the let function, imagine if you have a long thing, you can use the let function like this, and you can define variables. Okay. You can say gross, okay, is this times this. This is my gross. And now discount, I can call it discounted. Or discount is equal to this times this. And now the result I'm giving is just do the difference between gross and discount. So this is one way of writing directly custom function using let, and then it gives you the same exact number. Okay. Someone is insisting since we started. I don't know if it is urgent. Give me like 5 minutes so that I can talk to the person. yeah, so you have different ways you can type the formula directly, you know, or you can use the let function. So this is just a simple function, but you know, you may have functions where you can define more variables. Okay, then for the lambda one, so this is using the let function, and then this is lambda. And for the lambda, if you want to create your custom function so that you can call it like my function, you see, and then it appears in the list of functions, you can do so. Okay, what you're going to do is you go to formula, okay, formula, and where is it? Oh, under formula you will see name manager, name manager. So you click on name manager here. Once you click on name manager, okay, you know, those are functions I already created for, you know, a demo with another class. New, okay. So let me create another function. I can call it my function, and use lambda function, and I'm going to define my variables. So you remember when you now when you open the parentheses, you see things like year variable. You know, you can define your own here. You can say this is unit price, and the third one is discount like this, or you can just say D. Okay, so now how do we do how do we make calculations here? So those are the variables you are defining. Okay, so for the first one, to have the gross, and if you want to deduct now the discount part is quantity times unit price times the discount rate. Proper function that will work as if it was existing in Excel, but you call it my function, my func. And it is also only working in the workbook. Okay, it is working in the workbook only, but you can decide to put it in maybe a particular worksheet. But you can say, let it be in a workbook, in the entire workbook. Like even if I add a new worksheet, I can use the function over there. Okay, so let me hit enter. Then I've defined my new function. So I can now go to, I can now use it here. You see, I can use equal and then use my func. So it is my function. You see the variable I defined, quantity, unit price, and the discount price. So quantity comes from here, and then comma, unit price is this guy, and comma, discount D is here. So I can close. So my function only needs three arguments. So once I'm done with the third one, I can hit enter, and I can send the formula into the following cells. Yeah, so Excel is flexible. You can define your own functions. You can use cells to type things directly. You can use the let function to define variables and use them directly. Yeah, so many things one can be able to do with Excel. So yeah, so now we are able to harmonize data. We are able to delete patterns. We are able to insert patterns. Replace patterns. You can replace a pattern with something. We can deal with text. We can deal with dates. I think we are ready for what we call now a Power Query. So Power Query is Excel, but we can call it powerful Excel. Okay? Because the things that we do, we struggle with in the simple Excel, like this one. In Power Query, it is just given for free. There are things you do, but not except dates. With dates, you will also struggle in Power Query. But other things like dealing with text, combining, splitting, is just given for free. Okay. Yeah. So what is Power Query? So I'm going to give you let me say, this version of data. Let me check whether everything is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Since it is open, let me give you a taste of where exactly we are heading to. So this is the same data you have with, the columns already well cleaned using Power Query. So at the end of the day, we'll have things. We have a dashboard like this, okay? And when you use Power Query, you have this powerful thing like inputting slicers, so that when you click on a certain region, data will be filtered and your dashboard will be dynamic, as if you were doing things with Power BI, but this is just simple Excel. Okay. So I want for the category of furnitures, lighting, peripherals, stationaries, and yeah. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to start today, and then for the last week, starting from Wednesday, we will be able to have things that look like this. All right. So what I'm going to do is to ask you to. I want to delete this model from. I don't know if Fabrice is in the call. I once shared the raw data. This one is already processed. I want to share the raw data so that we can start Power Query right now and then deal with it. Let me look for Fabrice and not this one. Where did I share that data? Maybe with Benon. Let me check Benon. Yes, I sent it to Benon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I have it. Show in Finder. All right. I'm going to take it, copy, and yeah. Benon, please, if you are on the call, share this data to the group, with the group on this one. Yeah, I've just sent it to you. So Benon, So, so for the Power Query, Jean-Baptiste.
Okay, thank you. I have a
Mhm,
small question.
mhm,
From the previous example about formulas,
mm,
what if I did the formula well, but
mhm,
it gives me name question mark like that?
mm,
Gives me hash name
mhm,
question mark.
I think maybe it is not done well. So, I see Benin has done. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So maybe I should take you through this again for you to write a proper formula. Is it the let or the lambda?
The let.
Uh-huh. So if I call this, I use the function let, right? The
Okay.
first variable, I'm going to call it a certain x,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Small s. Small s will be this times this. Means that multiply quantity and unit price
Okay.
for our given product. So I will get like total amount.
Okay.
What I need is the net amount. So let me say y is the variable that will now contain quantity times unit price times discount if there is.
Okay.
Now the final answer will be the difference between x and y.
Okay. I will check and see.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay.
And when we hit enter, and then yeah, it is going to do the work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So now for the 10 minutes remaining, I'm just going to, if the data is shared, the data with underscore sharing, if it is shared, I'm going to load mine. I don't know. Let me
I shared the
share.
data in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you very much. I'm going to send it also in the it from my virtual machine. So as I told you, this is the end goal. You see how neat it is looking. You can change colors, you can change everything. But this is what we call a dashboard already. So let me close and then we start from the starting point. I know you guys are already tired, but I just want to introduce you to the Power Query. So for the Power Query, you just have to open Excel. Okay, you open Excel like a new a new workbook, and then you can do Control S to save it somewhere. I don't know. You can save it in the bootcamp you created, on your desktop, and then you call it maybe dashboard. Okay, call it dashboard, and then you save. So now it is just a plain Excel. So where will be the data coming from? So we are going to go to data. So you go to data, okay? You see the menu data. Once you are on the menu data, you'll see get data from here. Okay, you see the sub menu here, get data. When you click on it, you can say my data is coming from a file. So if it is coming from a file, It could be a text file, it could be an XML, so it would be a JSON file. It could be also like a data can also come from a PDF. So if you take, for instance, a report from one of the government institutions in your country, you can, if you have a table in that PDF, I think from Wednesday I will do a demo on that also. You get Excel can access the table in the PDF and then import it so that you can also use it in the Power Query. Okay, data can come from a folder, data can come from a SharePoint, and so and so and so. So if you have data sitting in a database, it can come from an SQL server. I have a SQL server. It's Superbase. I will also make connection to it later on Wednesday when we'll be meeting. So I'll also simulate, I will put the part of the data in the SQL server so that you can also access it. It can come from Access. Access is also one of the products of Microsoft. It's the same as PowerPoint, but Access is focused on storing data. Okay, yeah, it can come also from analysis analysis services, from SQL servers, and so and so and so. So MySQL database and so and so. And you see, you can also connect to Azure, which is also like the buckets for MySQL to store data and files. Yeah. So for now, we can get data from a file, and it's from that workbook I shared. So just click, okay. When you click on that, you can be able to import some of the columns of the data. So let's say I go to Bootcamp and I select this, the data I've just shared with you. When you click import, yeah, so you see things happening. Okay, I think, yeah. Then at the end of the day, Excel is going to bring you this. So what do you want to import? I want to import, okay, you see that this table, this and this and this, they are the same, but my goal is to merge them at the end of the day. I want to merge them at the end of the day. So I want to do this one later, not today, okay? But let me get this, and like the first 5, let me get them so that later on I will connect them to the last 4. So you see that button here, you can tick select multiple items, and then you can select calendar or customer or product and this and this. You can leave the readme, okay? Once you have done that, you can click on transform data. Okay, don't click on load, transform. Click on transform data. Then it is loading the data you wanted. Now Excel is opening an interface that I'm very sure you have never seen it before. This is what we call the Power Query editor, and it is in Excel. Okay, and on top here you have things written in what we call M language. So if you're not a programmer, please don't bother at all. We are not here to learn how to program in M language from scratch. So whatever you do, there's a corresponding M code for that. But we are not teaching you how to code in this session. So now you have 5 tables imported. So if there's anything you want to change from the data, you see, as you can as you notice, when I click on calendar, I have date, year, quarter, month, and month, month name, and so and so. Okay. But if I click on customer, you see something. What do you see? There's a problem. Can someone tell me what exactly is the problem with this data?
The header.
The header. So the header is on the first line here. But I don't know, like Excel was trying to be very kind by adding me, by giving me like column names by default. But I can tell Power Query to consider the first row here as header. As you can see, there's a function already written for that. So use the first row as header. So if I click on that, yeah, things are happening. Okay. And the reason why you see 100%, 0% is because we already activated something. When you go to view, there is this column quality, which is checked. If you uncheck, column quality will go. If you check it, you see column quality. And that can give you an idea on the distributions or on the quality of your column. 100% valid means that there's no missing value under that column. There's no error. And if there is any missing value, you can see it directly. But now here there is no missing. All right. Now let's click on the table of products. If there's nothing else we can do, you see that everything is 100% and there's no missing. If we go to in the table of products, now the headers are good, everything is 100%. I think this is okay. There's no problem to report, then we can keep it as such. If you go to region, now we have also this problem of headers. We can use our magic function under home, and then use row as headers. Then it will also bring it nicely to you. Then we can click on sales now, sales reps. Same thing, we use the magic function. And that's it. Everything is done. So now if you are confident that the data we imported are having the formats, so you validate that everything is okay. Okay, you check everything, double check. Hey, there's something here. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So once you are confident that everything is okay, you see you can import them now into what we call your Power Query model. So your data model. So how do you put them, import this into the model? You click on that drop down and then you skip the first option, go to the second option, close and load to. So you click on close on load to, and then you find there's this pop-up that will come. So skip table, but go to you just have to create a connection. Click on create a connection and then add this data to a model. This is what we call now a data model. Okay. Once you have done that, you can click on OK. So you will have a proper. So something is going to happen now. So your connection will be here. So data will be positioned under this query and connection. Yeah. So when you hover one of them, you are going to see a preview of data and the number of rows that were imported. So now this is a part of the data. So from next Wednesday, we are going to also to import the transactions for quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are going to combine them, and later on, when they are combined, we can now you can now create what you call like a relation. So the relation is something like this. So we have like tables, and then you are going to create a diagram of the relationship between those tables. Like if here you see customer ID in one of the whatever, you can just connect it, and then you'll see the relations. So now it is already 9. I think I'm going to stop here. And from Wednesday, I'm going to start over again on this matter of Power Query until we go to this kind of visualization. So thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.
Yeah, Corit has a question. After her, I would like to make a few announcements before we close. Corit, please. Corit? Okay. Maybe it was a mistake.
Yeah, you wanted to react.
Yeah. Yes.
To do
So what I wanted to communicate before we close, at least for us who are here, we have been having inbox discussions with some of us where we were thinking of having a weekend recap session instead of moving the sessions to one of the sessions to the weekend. Instead, we have a recap session on Saturday evening. I wanted to get your view here so we know how we can, if you think it's something that would be helpful. So every Saturday, we go through everything we have covered in that particular week so that in the next one, we are on the same page before we start new session. What do you think? Okay. From the reactions I'm seeing, even though people are not talking, we can go ahead and keep we are going to have a Saturday evening recap session for where we can just do a refresher on what we have covered practically. We ask questions and everything. Also, our trainer is going to give us a short exercise, which we can work on as something we can deliver on next week. By the time we meet next week, we should be having have delivered on the assignment or exercise that our trainer is going to give us to work on. Yeah. Apart from that, if anyone has any question, please feel free to write in the WhatsApp group or even inbox so we see how we can address it. This is our first week of 8 weeks that we've just done with. And we hope that if you have any challenge, please let us know so we know how we can address it to have an enjoyable 7 remaining weeks. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.